Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel, or I should say welcome to me. I really appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for people that reached out via social media. Appreciated you guys, your concern. A lot has been going on without going too much into a subby sad story. Just been going through a lot on the personal side of things. Things are gradually starting to calm down for me. That's going to be a conversation, maybe even dedicating another video to that. But I am back, and I wanted to start off by talking about CVS today. So they do have several opportunities available that I want to talk about. Before I get to it, I want to just encourage someone. My heart is telling me to encourage someone. There's a lot going on in our world today. Just remember, you're not alone. There's a lot going on. There's so many negativity, so many unkindness, but just know that you are not alone, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, and hope tend to foil every negativity. As long as you can remain in hope, you will be all right. So just want to encourage someone. Those are words I use to encourage myself on a daily basis, despite so many things that have sort of happened to me recently. But just remaining positive, remaining hopeful, because really, indeed, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I will make a video at some point to talk about all the things that were going on with me and be able to use it to hopefully really inspire someone one day. But again, with that being said, let's talk about the jobs for today's video. So I'm going to be talking about CVS. So CVS, despite the market, the way it looks, there are still several opportunities that they have open, and they are accepting applications right now. So the first one is this one I have on the screen, and it is titled Senior Service Advocate. One of the things, it is remote, but they do have several locations listed as well. So for anyone that may be interested in that part of things, they do also have several locations listed, but it is a fully remote position, and it is in customer care. So you're going to be advocating for customers. Basically, that is what it is. So it says here some of the things you're going to be doing. You're going to be handling member service inquiries, issues, and processing requests as received via phone. You're going to be helping to bridge knowledge, encourage. You're also going to be providing information as well regarding whatever they have their questions about. This position is going to really focus on integrated service model, so ISM, suite of services. So all the encompassing for that program, for that initiative that CVS is putting out, you are going to obviously be trained already before you begin answering these calls, so that you are well equipped to provide information to members. It says right here, ability to build a trusting relationship by taking accountability to fully understand the member's needs, ability to resolve complex issues with sensitivity and discretion. Communication, HIPAA is very important here, right? Keeping people's privacy, making sure people know that their privacy are really being kept, and also that their privacy is something that is important to the organization, and also to you speaking to them. That tend to always build trust. Talks about professionalism, strong focus on resources to really help the member and make sure that the member is satisfied, providing excellent customer service, especially from triaging of calls perspective, getting all the resource needed, providing solution real time. All of that is relevant to this role. They're asking for someone that has understanding of medical terminology, someone who is a computer literate. That makes sense. In order for you to get resource, you have to be very computer savvy, because you're going to Google things, you're going to navigate through different portals, pull information, and be able to provide phone numbers, emails, or websites and things like that via phone to this member, to better equip them with all the resources they need to be successful in taking care of their health. High school education or diploma or GED is what they're looking for. If you've graduated from high school, or you just elected to go take the GED, you are also eligible for this position. They are expecting someone with some college education. They are having high preference for that, but that is very rare. It's either you have finished your college education, or you are still in the process, and most people in school tend to not work full-time jobs. So it's really depending on, in this case, which is customer service, where you are going to be on a desk 9 to 5, unless maybe you're doing your education online and you are working from home, right? So you can work from home, do your education online. You don't have to be in person, but most colleges require you to be in person. So it really is very interesting why potentially that is something that could eliminate people. Do not worry about that. They have it there as a preference. Maybe someone who went to college dropped out at some point, maybe that would be your competitor. But overall, that is something that is very, percentage wise, is very low. So you definitely have a high probability if you are someone that has high school diploma or GED. It is a full-time role, as you can see on here, and also it's a 40-hour per week type of position, and the salary range is quite wide. And anyone that is familiar with my channel know I always say this. With CVS, they always have a very wide range in terms of salary, especially if it's hourly, and this is no exception. This is $18.50 to $38.82. So you at least the minimum you can get and the maximum you can get. With that being said, the expectation is for you to fall in between, and in some cases be able to sort of lean more towards the higher end of things. So really, as someone who is advocating for you guys, I encourage you, when you are far along in the application process, interview process, always make sure that this is something you bring forward and also push to get to the maximum as much as you can, because they do have the ability to give you just that. Okay. All right. So that is this position. And obviously with CVS is a good company to work for. They have the medical plans. They also have the 401k, which has a very good matching contribution. They also have employee stock purchase plan, which means you're purchasing their stock at a very discounted rate. They are not giving it to you for free. They also have some tuition reimbursement and other ways to assist families and also employees. So that is, in a nutshell, CVS benefits, right? So we're going to talk about the other roles that CVS has open. This role right here, which is a coordinator, complaints and appeals, and it's a work from home, and it's also remote. They do have Nevada and United States on here. I will still apply, because a lot of times locations are there, but remote is really what the keyword is, and it's that which is usually honored. So yes, it is a remote position, and they do have very flexible schedule with this role, which is what I really like. They are offering Wednesday through Sunday with a flexible start time between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So that can be very advantageous for people that are looking for a later time to start their day. This will be a good opportunity and a good option. So this position, you are going to be providing a lot of information with regards to policy, regulatory, and accreditation type of requirements. You are going to be working with different teams to ensure that all appeals related expectations, CMS has its own expectations. Each state has its own expectations. So it's very important for anyone that is in this role to be familiar with those expectations, so that they can better advise colleagues, advise new up and coming counterparts on how to navigate different issues that may arise. And in some cases, when you speak to members as well, a lot of times members just want information. They just want to be educated on what their options are. So when you have those resources and you have those knowledge, you are able and better equipped to provide assistance to those members. So that's what this position is truly about, is really just focusing on appeals, focusing on complaints. It also talks about COC, EOC, all of that is relevant, right? Because in order for you to be able to communicate expectations, those are relevant documents that are usually applicable to the patient, applicable to the member, unique to the member based on the plans that they've elected for. In some cases, if it's a commercial plan, based on the plans that the employer has elected for, and so forth. And then state requirements, obviously, it's also depending on what the member now has elected for. So COC, EOC, all of that is important. Plan design documents, policies are all very relevant. So this position, they're asking for for at least 2 years in one of the following areas. So they want claim platforms, they want experience in products, in benefits, they want experience in compliance and regulatory analysis. Guys, compliance is not going anywhere. So if you are looking for work, I encourage you to look into that space. This is definitely a community or a role that is not going anywhere. So if you are looking to grow or looking to find something that you know has prospects in the future, then compliance is really it. Regulatory compliance is really it. So this position again has some like expectations as well. So the salary is pretty much the same as the first one. Preferred qualification is Medicare and Medicaid knowledge, experience in reading or researching benefit language. Those are some of the expectations. Those are preferred qualifications, whereas just the required is 2 years in audit experience, in claims platform, in products and benefit, and so forth. So those are the expectations for this role. And I talked about the salary already. It's a full-time job. The salary is the same as the first, $18.50 to $35.29. So really keep all of that in mind. Those are things that will help guide your decision, right? And then the last position that I have that I wanted to talk to you guys about is this one right here, which is titled Patient Care Coordinator. This is also another position that is very, more in line with advocating for the patients, right? So really advocating for the patient, helping the patient navigate any type of healthcare related type of issues, taking their information for an appointment, helping to schedule those appointments, escalating appointments as needed depending on the needs of the member, working with the provider office, the doctor offices to move appointments up to the benefit of the patient, really focusing on the patient. Okay, so this position as a patient intake coordinator, you will process orders, you will assess patient needs like I talked about, coordinate with the insurance verification team to process patient details. You are also going to be working very closely with the different teams to make sure that any type of questions that do come up, you know where to send patients to, you know where to escalate issues to, and so forth. Requirements, right? So minimum 2 years experience in customer service, 2 years experience in healthcare, and 1 year experience working in Microsoft Office, specifically Excel, Outlook, and Word. So it talks about other stuff right here. Typing skills need to be 40 to 50 words per minute. Really important. Call center experience, basic math, and education is high school diploma or GED, and then the anticipated number of hours is about 40 hours a week, which makes a lot of sense because this is a full-time job. This position is going to pay a little less than the two other positions I've talked about before. It's going to be 17 to 31 to 30. So this position is open and accepting application. Just keep that in mind. So this is the last position that I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions for me, please come back, leave it in the comment section. If there are specific areas or focus you are looking into lately, let me know. I do want to do a video in the subsequent ones that are coming up where we're going to focus on LinkedIn a lot. We're going to focus on navigating different tools around us to help us land jobs. So we're going to be doing that. Okay. So that is going to be in the upcoming videos. If you have any questions, again, please come back, leave it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for continuing to be here. Thank you for all my subscribers. Thank you for even the new subscribers that are hearing me for the first time, that are, hitting that subscribing button and joining us going forward. Please remember to have your notification bell turned on so you are notified real time when I post new videos. So we are beginning officially again today. And tomorrow expect a new video as well, and that is going to be ongoing going forward. So I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Till next time, I wish you all the very best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.